Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today do I have an awesome review for you guys. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I actually unboxed it. I don't do, everything I buy with my own money. You guys know that, to make sure that this channel is always going to be honest. And since this is like medical things, I especially put emphasis how important it is not to listen to paid for reviewers and to actually listen to people who actually pay for products from their own money. So that way you get something more reliable than somebody who's paid to tell you something is good when it's not. Now, I am going to say this, guys. Check always with a medical professional with these things. What I'm going to tell you about this one, it has over 1,600 reviews on it, not from people, I'm saying scientists who actually took part in it, homeopathics, and so on and so forth. And I got to tell you, from my own personal experience, I'm going to describe to you how, from my experience, my wife's experience, and friends that I know that use this, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it on why I recommend it. And now there's a lot of fraudulent items out there, especially from paid for reviewers, that are going to tell you something is good when it's not, and you're going to find out that it either has a placebo effect, it has other kind of, lies that are in it, that it's toxic. I've been around a few of them that were toxic, and I'm going to tell you which one I would recommend personally. As you see, I'm not paid for this. I'm not sponsored. This is from my point of view to you. I'm going to give you guys, and I'm going to show you the receipt in the end that I paid for it, because I want you guys to see this, because this is a medical thing, and I want you guys to have absolute trust in this channel. This channel covers everything from my own money, believe me, guys. So let's not waste any time and get right to it. Okay, guys, so here it is. Now, I am going to tell you guys, I've tried many on Amazon. I've tried many in different companies, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of them have also things that are toxic. They don't give you the exact numbers. There was one that was, I think, by Brezza that came close to this one that I'm about to review that is accurate. But again, no documentation, nothing. When you ask for documentation, this one right here called the Hydration for Health Extra High Concentration Nano H2 Water Generator. This one right here, it's by info@hydrogenforhealth.com. Be sure you could actually write to them, and they will give you all the certifications of them testing it out and giving you accurate information on toxicity and everything else. So this is what makes this, to me, the one to go with. Okay, other ones that are out there, I'm not going to recommend, because let's be honest, they're just claims, and you're going to see they're $50, they're $70, there's $165, there's one that it's $260, another $300 something. All of them are nonsense. This one is $182. Okay, $182 is expensive. Now, you could buy these water bottles to get hydrogen water for like 18 something dollars, but again, they go through a same kind of machine, and you actually don't know what machine it's actually going through. You don't know what chemicals that are in there, and so on and so forth. This one, you can make it on your own. It's not the biggest bottle in the world, as you could see. It's actually quite short. I wish this bottle was bigger, but you could also put it, a normal bottle inside here. Okay. So now I'm going to show you guys how it came with, even though I opened it because I wanted to run it through some tests to see which one was accurate. I'm going to tell you all my findings based on myself on what happened, okay? So first off, like I said, I'm going to mention to you this. I'm just going to block off my address, okay? And you guys are going to see here, I paid for it with my own money. That's the receipt, okay? Nobody gives it to me for free. Nobody gives me anything here for free. Okay, so it opens up, very, very cool package, very nice. Has your manual. Obviously, it looks worn out. It has also a charger, which I left there, which is just a cable, a USB-C cable, which I'm happy they did a USB-C. And over here, they show you how to put things together. Has a O-ring over here. Give me one moment. And now I am going to tell you it has a plug also, but this plug right here lets you put water bottles in it, like a 2 liter bottle if you wanted to do it. So then instead of having these little doses, you could have actually big doses. Now, what you do here is you fill it up with water, you open it up, right? So I obviously have already it hydrogen, whatever. You lock it into place. Now there's a plug here you have to remove out. Okay, so when you open this also unscrews. You take it out and take the plug out. This you charge through a USB-C. Now what you do is you simply go like this. Okay, look how cool this looks. As soon as the number comes up, a quick touch. And it goes to 10 minutes, okay? And you could see right here the bubbles. It looks like a lava lamp, which is pretty freaking cool, which I freaking dig like crazy on this thing. This looks really cool. Now, I am going to tell you this. To me, that 4-minute, 5-minute thing wasn't quite enough. I put it on 10 minutes, sometimes even 20 minutes I wanted to see, but 10 minutes is a great sweet spot. Now, you need to take it for about 2 months. Now, after you take it for 2 months, you're going to notice a big, big change. So me and my wife, we're skeptics, okay? Even though when I used to be a personal trainer, I used to tell people to go on hydrogen because, water. I always said that it can develop this and that. And then I started to, I never used it myself afterwards. I kind of stopped with it. And I've noticed a decline, but I was taking supplementations. I was doing this and that when I was a fighter and so on and so forth. Always living regimentally on stuff, not being overweight like I am right now. But what I noticed is there was some kind of a decline, but it kind of substituted, so I didn't really feel it. What happened is I went and took this and several other bottles that I'm not even going to mention here that were all nonsense. This one was the most accurate, that kind of feels like the one when I did before. Now, the other one before used to cost over $300 something. I think it was even over $400 to be honest, but there wasn't quite enough evidence to prove, there wasn't that much studies. Like right now there's like 1,600 studies on this thing and still they're ongoing with it. What I've noticed is you're immediately after the first drink, okay? You're going to have a side effect where your head hurts. That's because the oxygen level. If any of you listened to my other video where I was telling you guys go use apple cider vinegar on a 20-ounce bottle of water, you take, a small shot glass if you want straight up. I don't recommend that. I recommend always dilute it with water. You're going to alkalize your body. And many of you guys reported that you were feeling headaches. And that is because of the, it oxygenates your blood. It alkalizes your blood. My hands were always white. I kid you not, dark white. You would not see blood in my hands. Right now, today, you do see blood in my hands. When I was raising my arm up when I pick up my baby boy, I always felt numbness coming here because I used to lift weights a lot, used to be a fighter. I don't know. I had some blood flow kind of issues. After using this for about 2 months, I can tell you right away, I felt great. Blood came back to my hands. I started feeling pins and needles, which kind of gives you like that anxiety feeling. But to be honest, it's not. And anywhere in your body that you have pain, you're going to start having a little bit more pain. I kid you not, at first. At least this is from my experience. I don't know. People have different experiences. What happens is eventually that subsides. The headache subsides. You get used to it. Your, pins and needles in your hand subsides, even though you see I already have like little pruning here and I was not in water or anything like that. So you can imagine it's right after I drink this. It just makes you feel like your blood is flowing perfectly. It decreased my white blood cells. Okay, I have inflammation somewhere. I don't know, whatever. I have very high white blood cells. I get it checked all the time. This thing reduced it. My skin became more, it felt like more healthier, more glowing, even though I have like RGB lights here and whatever. But in real lighting, you would notice your skin getting a little bit softer, more elastic. I felt it a little, like you could see, even though I'm young, I'm still saying I could feel it a little bit. but I can tell you for a fact through the doctor, the white blood cells have been regulated. My fatty liver is obviously not 100%. I only use this for 2 months. This is going to take lifestyle changes, things like that. But it started getting more into the regular zone. So this is perfect. I'm going back into shape again. Going to be doing videos and stuff down the line about certain things like that. Like I said, when you're ready, you're ready. I know how it is, but this thing actually really, really helps. The first thing you're going to notice immediately after the first week, I'm going to say week, even though I felt it after the first dose, but I've been using things that alkalizes my body. Like, I'm used to it because I used to take apple cider vinegar. I used to do all kinds of other things, nitric oxide, all kinds of things that promotes that. So I'm kind of used to that feeling. But so I didn't get headaches right away. It just kind of was very dim. My mother, though, she got a headache. My wife got a headache. They're not used to that. So when they got some oxygen in their blood, I guess it was just a little bit too much. So start off with 5 minutes, I guess, and then 10 minutes. I just say, just go with it. It's not going to do anything. So just do it. It subsides. Eventually that went away. My pins and needles kind of went away, even though I have pruning a little bit, and that happens every time I drink it. But my hands got red again, as you could see, even though it's RGB lights, but it's reddish. Blood flow is great. I can get up from my chair without feeling. I always had, ever since I was a kid, numbness in my feet until I get up from the chair. It takes me a while till the blood flow goes there. Don't have that issue anymore. Some of my friends who had arthritis had inflammation in certain areas, and now they don't have pain anymore. They've been doing this for about over a year. So, I mean, this is a while. I went and put this through major tests, and I got to tell you, for me personally, this thing works very well. Now, as a person who is a psychologist also, I can tell you that there's things like placebo, there's the effect, there is things like variables to take into account. So, for example, I never regulate my drinking water, right? Like, I don't drink always on the hour, on time, on this. So I said, okay, you know what? Since I have this thing, I've been drinking more water. Right? So if I'm drinking more water, that already flushes out all the toxins. That's really good for you. You're drinking it on an empty stomach, which we're going to get to that. But, I said, and, drinking more water is good for the skin. Drinking more water is good, flushing out toxins. How do we know this compared to me just drinking regular water, purified water, isn't the same thing? And I'm just now drinking more water because I have this. And it's kind of programming me because I keep looking at it and saying, let me get more of this, and it makes me feel good. So I'm just, not thinking that maybe water is the issue. Okay. So what I did was, I have been drinking water for a good freaking year before I even did this test with this thing, before I went into hydrogen water. Yes, it makes a big, big difference than you not drinking and hydrating, for sure. I used to get headaches from dehydration. I used to always have a water bottle in my hand while I was working outside in the freezing cold, in the heat, and I realized I'm not drinking it. It's just I use it as a just in case. And so I was dehydrating. And yes, I was having headaches. I was having this. And then I started drinking water, and I felt great because now I'm hydrating. I'm taking my vitamin D. I'm taking a lot of things that give me energy, nitric oxide, this and that. Great. When I started taking this, drinking this, it literally, so I increased up to here compared to dehydration levels. Okay, this thing took it above and beyond. Now, if you take nitric oxide and you take this water and you change your lifestyle, okay, this is gonna, what is great about this is it helps your organs get oxygen, blood-rich oxygen, oxygen-rich blood into your organs. Recovery for working out. I used to take creatine. I don't take creatine anymore because it caused me all kinds of kidney stones. I am recovering better. This is all just 2 months use. recovering better after I'm working out. I'm feeling more energetic. Now, you're talking to a guy here that's skeptical because I went through the garbage ones that didn't work, right? From Amazon that I paid 50, 65, 85, 300, 165. All of them stink on ice. They didn't work. This one, I could tell you, works. Completely freaking works. And they are very responsive in their emails. And I don't know if you could just scan this and just get something there. I don't know, but whatever. I'll write it in the description. It's info at Hydrogen for Health, hydrogen4health.com. And you can ask all the questions you want, and they respond really, really quickly. And I'm not just talking about the fancy packaging or how beautiful this thing looks here. And now you're going to see, there you go. Water is ready to drink. You're seeing now they say for 2 hours it could last in the water. I just say just chug it the first second that it's there. Okay, and you'll see like there's a snap. Okay, and you drink it. Now, I'm going to tell you also another thing. Many of these fake bottles that you see out there, some of them even put like fruit taste to it. This is just regular water. It does have a dryness when you drink it. It kind of feels like air. But the cool part is these come apart, as you can see. Okay, so the cool part about this one is it doesn't have any of that nonsense. Even some people are reporting from those Amazon ones, it tastes like burned rubber. It tastes disgusting. This thing just tastes like water that's airy. Kind of like if you drink, I'm going to say Evian water. You ever have that, that taste that tastes like just air, like you're drinking air? This is what this kind of tastes like. Except it has a kind of drying, I don't know, even though it doesn't dry your tongue, you feel it, because I guess something in it, the oxygen or whatever that's in it, the hydrogen, whatever. I think what it does is it gives you this this kind of feeling. So Hydrogen for Health, as it's called, this thing. It gives you this kind of feeling that I can't explain it. You'll see what it is when you get one of these. It's kind of like dries a little, but it doesn't dry you up to the point that you feel like you're thirsty. So anyways, that's what it does. Now, I recommend putting in, like I put, Poland Spring water has a few toxins in there. Smart water is probably the best water to use on this baby. But if you use Poland Spring, it doesn't matter. Any kind of purified water. You don't want to use tap water. You don't want to use anything that has crept on the toxins that hasn't been filtered, only because it can change, the molecular structure. It could change actually into something else, and it could cause other kind of issues. So it's just something to think about. But like I said, this is like perfect enough, and I'm a big guy, okay, and this is perfect enough. It's not the biggest bottle in the world, as you guys could see, but you could also put a full bottle in there. But they say for 2 hours, but 2 hours is already old. The oxygen is already gone. So to be able to drink this in one gulp, instead of not being, able to make it to benefit to all of it, I don't know. I just prefer it. Now, I do think if they had glass, it would have been the best. This is like plexiglass, it feels like, I think. But, if it was glass, it would be probably the best of the best. But then you also could destroy it. 200, and you're only using, you're not using freezing water. You're not using ultra hot water. As long as you keep it away from the sun or something like that, you're going to be fine. But this is perfectly safe. It has no issue here whatsoever. And I got to tell you, you feel the thing my wife noticed right away. She said, Lior, my herniated discs, they feel, I feel a little pain there. I have a little headache, but I feel like I breathe better. Now, she didn't believe in this at all at first, so completely skeptic. I was skeptical because already I went through a bunch of them on Amazon. I said, they don't build them like they used to, and this is all nonsense. So I could tell you it felt amazing. It felt great. And, I would say when you wake up in the morning, just like the apple cider vinegar thing, drink it on an empty stomach. Then eat your food, drink with it. I take my vitamins with it. So again, like I am drinking water consistently throughout the day, but I try to drink more of this, even though some people will be like, well, don't drink too much of this. There is no side effect to drinking too much of it, except maybe your head's gonna hurt from what do you call it? But it's actually pretty cool. You hear that? That's what it is. Pretty freaking awesome. And I guess you could, I didn't know that. I thought you had to click right away, but you could click any time and it'll go to 10 minutes from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And you could, I'm telling you, you guys will feel better. Your muscles will feel better. Like I started feeling after, I think the first week or something, I started feeling here more like recovered. It's hard to, when you're working out, you feel that soreness. It's a good kind of sore, but this kind of makes it go away faster. You feel more of a pump, if that makes any sense. Sort of like when I used to take C4 when I was younger because I was an idiot. Yeah, give me like 10 minutes of feeling pumped. I'll spend $100 on a stupid can of juice, can of powder to make a drink. Insanity. But whatever, you feel the pump. This kind of makes you, it makes unlimited amounts, let's put it this way. And, you can clean this out. It teaches you. The only caveat that I really hate about this is it has a cover right here, right? But the thing is, the cover isn't a flap that stays on, which I wrote to the company about that. It stays stuck there. So when you remove it, you have this little tiny rubbery piece that you put on the floor somewhere that you could easily be lost, kind of like that O-ring that'll be easily lost if you don't know what you're doing. But that's what it is, guys. But also the thing is with these, you want to clean them out after you use them for the day, only because you want to make sure that, you don't have any kind of, anything when you have water, you kind of want to dry it out so it doesn't have that smell. The funny part is one of my friends said he left water in there for a good amount of time, stopped using it, and then he went back to using it and it didn't have the smell. Again, his experience. I would still do it anyway, wash it. But anyways, guys, what I got to tell you is this is the only company I recommend, and I will not give a voice or a platform to anything that does not work. So anything that didn't work was on a return schedule. See, here's the thing also. This thing works within 2 months. So all these fraudulent people, what they know is Amazon has a 30-day money exchange, an exchange policy or return policy. So if you need to use it for 2 months, you're not going to reap the benefits of it because you're not going to know that it even works because you're going to have to go through 2 months of this in order to feel the effect. So they claim. Nonsense. You'll feel it after less than a month. But I'm just saying, this is the reason why a lot of these fraudulent companies, they come up with these nonsense ones and they're like, well, look at this one. Mine turned green. It makes whirly sounds. It look good. $50. And then you're like, it's nothing. It doesn't do anything. So they know that, once you return it, they'll be like, well, it didn't work because you didn't give it a full 2 months. Yes, they want you to do it 2 months so you can't return it. Anyways, I wish these things had that this company had a more of an exchange time so they can actually show people that this is, that this is the real deal. But this, guys, is the real deal. And it got to me fairly quickly and really, packaged very well. And then this thing was in the package and this is packaged really well. So I got to tell you, I mean, I am really, really happy with this. And I think you guys will be too as well. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And that's all I got to say about that. But what do I give it? Definitely, I'm going to say I give it a 10 out of 10. And I don't give that to everything. But this one, guys, I do. 10 out of 10. It works. It's great. It's easy. It's also very small form factor. And part of me says, I wish it was bigger. But to be honest, this size is really all you need. You'll find out when you drink it that it's really all you need. In fact, my mom couldn't even finish it. She was just slurping it, sipping it, through like an hour's time. So this thing is really good. And I like the form factor on it. I like everything about it. It also has a screw here. Looks like a hex key on the bottom. I think that's if you need to replace the battery or something. But it has a rechargeable battery. And I got to tell you, I did about 15 drinks because I give it to my family also. So 15 drinks on a full charge, I'm gonna say. Probably maybe 15, 16 drinks on a full charge. And then it dies. And then you got to charge it. Now it takes some time to charge, depends on, whatever you plug it into, but it doesn't have like a quick charger or anything like that I know of, but it charges pretty fairly quick. Once it does that, it works. Everything works fine. Another thing that I've noticed, again, probably me, not sure, you can't use it plugged. So when I plugged it in and I'm charging it and I'm trying to use it, you'll see that the charger stops charging and it'll start focusing more on this. So if, let's say, your battery is dead and you plug it in, I did it, it actually turns red, the light, and it stops working. So pretty cool, though, that I love the indicators that it has on it, and I love the way it looks. They have it also in black. Kind of looks like one of those elixirs, from Resident Evil. So it's pretty freaking awesome, especially the way it lights up blue and, whatever. But looks really cool. Got to give it a 10 out of 10. Anyway, guys, as always, I pay for this stuff with my own money. And as you can see, this channel is nothing but honest. I did this channel with a mission to give people the truth, to give back to the community, to make better informed decisions instead of getting ripped off by paid-for yuppies, reviewers. And that's the reason I came out with this channel in the first place. A little bit over a year, I would say, and we're on our way to 10,000. Before that, I was just there to be there, releasing videos when I can. Took this channel seriously for the sole purpose of doing that. And I love you guys for offering me Patreon services. But as always, guys, I thank you, and I can't thank you enough. I thank you, but I don't do Patreon. I'd rather you guys keep that money. I'd rather you guys, invest in yourselves. This is what we rarely invest in our health. We do. We neglect our health. This is a step towards the right direction of being a better friend to yourself. Okay, as Carmine Lupertazzi told Tony Soprano that in The Sopranos, he said, "Be a better friend to yourself." And I remember when I heard that, I was like, you know what, this dude's right. It's a show, but it is what it is, guys. It's true, and this is a step in the right direction. Definitely, if you're on a health kick, this is something to get. If you're not on a health kick, get it anyways. Guys, please believe me, this will make your life better. Now, in terms of, does it fight cancer? I mean, if you alkalize your blood, cancer cannot survive in oxygen, but it also has other factors. So I don't believe this solely could stop cancer. I think being on a sugar-free kind of diet will, because sugar feeds cancer cells. So there's more to it, but there's evidence of that it works against cancer. There's evidence of a lot of things that are there in studies. So again, discuss it with a medical professional. And I thank you guys for offering Patreon. I don't have Patreon service. Rather you guys keep that money, as I said, and you guys are helping me already. You're doing the best job. What? Comment down below. Let me know if you find something that works, that is legit, that might be cheaper than the 182, what was it? 189.95. Sorry, it's 176.70. Subtotal taxes 13.25, and it's 189.95. So not exactly $200, but I'd rather you guys spend that money and definitely do that than giving Patreon services. And you guys are helping me by together helping the community make better informed decisions by helping me on this mission and being the jury. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What did you find out? Does it work for you? Did you have this and it doesn't work for you, or it does work for you? I'd like to hear down in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, love you all. Have a good one. As I always say, just word of mouth, close to 10,000. So like, subscribe, hit that bell button, share it with everybody you know, make the family grow. Comment down below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.